Hey guys, it's the engineer here. Hope everyone's doing well this week. Before we get started, down in the description below, I have this amazing resource that I made, the Google Doc of everything that's being sold this week, highlighted items that I'm going to be talking about in the video here, and some that aren't mentioned in the video, as well as information about the guns that are being sold in terms of their percent base damage roll of their maximum potential that they could roll. You're also going to find some timestamps if you ever want to see a part of the video again, then you can easily get back to it. Without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, the Centorion here, it's sitting at 4% of its base damage. It's got expert always and commanding. Bad talent, not good damage. Pass on the Centurion this week. The Historian here, sitting at 16% of its base damage. It says low base damage roll is proficient, accurate, history repeats. Accurate's pretty good for a sniper rifle, but with the low base damage, I'd probably pass on this one this week. You have your Cassidy, it's sitting at 4% of its base damage. It's got capable, dominant, not good talents on it, not good base damage. Pass on the Cassidy this week. Your Pakhan here is sitting at 79% of its base damage. And that has Unforgiving and Destructive on it. Two really good damage talents. And with high base damage, I definitely recommend the Pakhan this week if you're looking for it. I'd pick it up. Libeator sitting at 98% of its base damage, some of the highest we've seen since patch 1.6 dropped. It's got Skilled, it's got Prepared on it, it's got Brutal. So Brutal's a good headshot damage talent. Prepared's a good damage talent for far away, but they don't mix well together because it's going to be hard to get headshot damage while being far away. You also have skill for headshot kills that increase your signature skill ability. So not good talents to mesh together, but it's a great damage Liberator. So if you're looking for the Liberator this week, something you might want to consider. All right, going down to the chest pieces here. Got a really good Vigorous chest piece. It's got 1993 armor out of 2003, so really high electronics roll. It's got ammo capacity, which is what you want in your minor slot, and then it has enemy armor damage and all resistance. I'd probably roll off all resistance here and pick up health. It's a good pickup this week if you're looking for a Vigorous chest piece. Also, a good Striker chest piece right beneath it at 1926 armor out of 2003, so high armor. It's got 1262 stamina, so out of 1272 stamina, really good roll there. It's got health, and health as a major tribute already rolled onto it. All resistance, I'd probably roll off of that for something else, that either enemy armor damage or skill haste, maybe exotic damage resilience if you're getting killed by seeker mines. And you have ammo capacity in the minor slot, which is what you need on a chest piece. Nothing else really to mention here except for this prototype performance mod down here. It's got 4% seeker mine damage. It's a max roll that it could possibly have for seeker mine damage. So if you're looking for that to give yourself a little bit more of a buff, it's selling right here at the special equipment vendor in the base of operations. Alright, so you have the ACR blueprint again. If you're looking for an ACR, you can pick that up. MP7 blueprint, one of the better SMGs. If you're looking for an MP7, craft part for one of those. Firearms backpack. Holster blueprint's good because you can craft the perfect nimble holster. Recommend picking this up and crafting that. Nothing special here about the magazine blueprints or anything like that. Now you have your typical electronics and stamina gear mod to craft your perfect gear mod if you'd like that. Nothing really else there of note. The only other thing is this MP5 ST. You could craft one of these. It's one of the best SMGs in the game right now. Running into Last Stand. The MP5 STs are unique because they have optics that can put on a large optics. So you can have higher headshot damage scopes on the MP5 ST version of the gun. So it's a pretty good blueprint if you're looking for that for Last Stand. Alright, over at the base of operations gear vendor here, we have a really good pickup. Right now, electronics and skill haste are what you want for these hybrid builds that are coming out. I personally have already picked this up, and I run with these high electronics here. 265 out of 267, near perfect electronics roll. It's got 3% out of 3% skill haste. I mean, this is a perfect pickup. I've already personally bought 5 of them. Also at the base of operations here at the weapon vendor, right next to the gear vendor, there's this police UMP here. It's sitting at 80% of its base damage, so good base damage roll. It's got destructive, responsive, and ambusher, roll-off ambusher for a better talent. And you're pretty much set with a good UMP if that's what you're looking for. Alright, over here at the Madison Stand Safe House, we have probably the item of the week, this great roll Savage Gloves. This Savage Gloves here sitting at 984 armor out of 1001 armor, so really high armor roll, good stamina roll. It's got the trio that you're looking for. It's got crit hit damage, gun base damage, gun weapon damage, and crit hit chance. Definitely pick this up if you're looking for Savage Gloves. You can recalibrate the main gun, major attributes gun damage to however you want it. It's a great pickup. Or if you're looking for a Deadeye build, you could repurpose these for Deadeye. You know, roll over to a fire or set stamina off the firearms. I would definitely recommend it. Over at the Southpaw Safe House, we have a refreshed mask here. It's sitting at 958 armor, really good armor roll. 1255 electronics, so high electronics out of 1272, so really good there. It's got burn resistance as a minor attribute. It's what you want on your mask. You always want burn resistance on the mask. Its major attributes health on kill, so if you're running this, it's a refreshed mask. You're increasing your healing. You may also want the additional health on kill. Good pickup if you're looking for a refreshed mask. Alright, over at the East 64th Street vendor, if you haven't already picked one up in the past, there's a first aid self-heal mod. Seems like they sell one every week, but it's pretty much one of the best prototype mods to run and slot for now. Over at the Park Ave checkpoint here, you have a good talented and good damage Scarel. It's sitting at 63% of its base damage, good enemy armor damage. It's got destructive, responsive, and brutal, all really great damage talents. So I know Scarels aren't perfect this patch, they're not the meta, but if you're looking for a Scarel, this is a good one to have. Alright, over at the East 58th checkpoint, we have accomplished Kneepads here, 1660 out of 1668 armor, really high armor roll. 1234 out of 1272 firearms, really good firearms roll. It's got major attribute, enemy armor damage. It's got burn resistance, bleed resistance, surf resistance. All three great resistances to have. Just recalibrate the enemy armor damage off of this and put health. So if you're looking for a good pair of accomplished Kneepads, they're sitting over here at East 58th. Recommend the pickup. Alright, over at the East 53rd checkpoint, we have a good pair of Savage Gloves. 918 armor, not great armor roll, but 1249 electronics, so decent electronics out of 1272, that's pretty good. It's got skill haste, critical hit damage, critical hit chance. Recalibrate these gloves however you want to recalibrate them. A really good pickup if you're looking for skill haste gloves, you know, to run a hybrid build, or if you want to roll off skill haste to do the old God rolled Savage Gloves. Good pickup if you're looking for these. Over at the West 34th DC's checkpoint, you have a police MK17. It's sitting at 97% of its maximum base damage potential, so really high damage roll. It's got prepared, which is what you want on a sniper rifle since you're going to be aiming at a distance, so it increases your damage by 15% for every way of 30 meters. It's got vicious if you're sitting far back, high critical hit chance, and fierce, also adding to your critical hit chance. So if you're looking for a sniper rifle, you can pick up this police MK17 if that's your cup of tea here. Alright, over at the West 39th checkpoint here, we have another prototype performance mod that has 4% Seeker Mine damage. This one's for DZ funds, if it's a little bit cheaper for you. If you're rocking a Seeker Mine build, recommend picking this up. At the West 53rd checkpoint, we have a Reckless chest piece sitting at 1887 armor, 1271 electronics out of 1272, really high electronics roll. Got health on kill, health, and increased kill XP. Definitely roll off the major attribute health on kill. Pretty good pickup if you're looking for a Reckless chest piece. A DZ02 safe room here. We have a decent pair of Savage Gloves, a little low armor roll. It's got stamina, has assault rifle damage, the main gun that everybody's running. It has skill haste, which is good for a hybrid build, and can probably roll off the health on kill for critical hit chance or critical hit damage. Alright, and over at the DZ06 safe house, you have a really good striker mask, 998 armor out of 1001. Great armor roll there. It's got 1240 firearms, which is what you're going to rock when you rock a striker build with higher firearms. So 1240 out of 1272, really good critical hit chance, what you're looking for. And a major attribute, so a good roll there. And then minor attribute, increased killing speed that you could re-roll for burn resistance. So great pickup if you're looking for a striker mask. Alright, over at the DZ08 safe house, we have a good Alphabridge Mask here. It's got a high electronics roll, 1246 if you're looking for a hybrid build. It's got minor attribute burn resistance is what you want on a mask. You can roll off health on kill for a critical hit chance and make this a pretty formidable piece. Only downside of this particular piece, it's got a kind of low armor roll. But besides that, if you're looking for Alphabridge Mask, you can pick this one up. Alright, over at the weapons model, we got this extended magazine. It's got a high magazine size, critical hit damage, and rate of fire. So it's got the trifecta. Typically you want critical hit chance, but a critical hit damage magazine could be good for a submachine gun class. Also at DZ9 Safe House, they have a final measure backpack here. It's got 1307 armor out of 1334, so a really high armor roll. It's got electronics, which again is good for a hybrid, good for a skill build. So a good build, a good thing there to have. It has health as the major attribute, it's what you want on a backpack there. Health is what you shoot for, and then a good minor attribute, but bleed resistance. I'd probably roll it off for burn resistance. Hey, that's going to wrap it up for this week's vendor reset. If you liked what you saw, drop it a like. Also, if you like the Google Docs, that's down in the description. It's a great resource to have. Definitely recommend using it and using it as a reference for throughout the week to come back to. So if you like that Google Doc, also drop this video a like and subscribe. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a good day.